Well, praise the Lord, everybody. This is Bishop Warren Boyd, and this is Monday Motivation. It is our opportunity to give you a word of encouragement for your week. This week, as I thought about some things that were going on, I thought about how grateful I am for God's grace, God's favor toward us, God's help for us. Thought about Juneteenth and the fact that slaves worked for 1.5, 2 years and didn't realize that they should have been free by then. Thought about recently the news about the Tulsa race massacre, hundreds of people and 35 to 40 blocks of homes and businesses destroyed, fire bombs dropped on people, people put in mass graves that we're just now discovering. And I thought about God's grace to help us as African American people to continue to go on and to persevere. And then recently, I was not aware of the 1919 Red Summer, where in tens of cities there were race riots, hundreds of people killed, over 200 people in one incident in Arkansas. And almost from coast to coast, there were these race riots during the summer, targeting blacks. It was noted then that in that time, during the Red Summer, that African Americans did fight back. And then realizing and thinking about all these and thinking about the events of this last year with George Floyd and all of these other people, African American, especially African American young men who've been killed, unarmed, many of them, some fleeing, but should not have been killed or shot or had the breath snuffed out of their life. And I thought about, how do these things continue to happen to us as a people? And yet we persevere and we keep going and keep going. We still excel, we still do well overall as a people, but endure such injustice and endure so much hatred. And I thought about the grace of God, not just for us as a people, but even in our own individual lives. If God gives us grace as a people to persevere and to go through and to endure and still love and still be people that are called by His name, and people that reflect the character of God, I believe that for our own individual situations in our life, that God will give us grace for that as well. No matter how difficult the situation, no matter what we're facing, no matter what we have to go through, no matter how bad it is, who hates us, who digs ditches for us, who talks about us, God's grace is there to give us strength. And so it helps us. God's grace helps us to be resilient, helps us to rebound, helps us to keep going. God's grace keeps us strong to endure, and God's grace helps us to love and gives us the capacity to embrace and never seek revenge. And so today, for us as individuals, not only for us as a people, as a race of people, but for us as individuals, I hope that we're grateful for the grace of God that helps us and strengthens us and keeps us going. The fact is, we're going to need His grace now and as we go forward. I don't know what tomorrow may bring. I don't know about what will happen in our life, but I know that God holds tomorrow in His hands, and by His grace, I believe He'll see us through. God bless you. This has been Monday Motivation.